Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to talk about a business that definitively proves that e-commerce and dropshipping, just the whole industry, just the fact that you can essentially look at a product, decide that you want to sell it, and enter e-commerce, that whole industry is alive and well. And stores like this are an example of how you can basically start a business from anywhere in the world. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection and the ability to understand how to market products, and you can essentially sell anything you want. And this is the perfect example of that. Okay, this business makes $800,000 every single month. That's $800,000 every single month, doing about 700 orders with $30,000 days. Okay, and when you see the product, you will be shocked. You will be completely baffled. But this is going to be one of those instances where you look at a video where you understand the business, where you understand the marketing, and it should give you confidence. It should give you the perspective that this is not difficult. Once you figure out a few key elements of business, you can essentially sell anything. And once you can sell anything, it's almost like having a superpower. And then that allows you to control essentially how much you want to make, right? And once you're basically at that level, you know, building businesses, generating revenue, creating a life that you want, those type of problems sort of start going away. Okay. And this is the business is so inspiring that it's inspired me to say all of these things. So without further ado, let's get into what this product is. Okay. The product is a ring, essentially. Okay, now what this ring does, okay, is using electromagnetism and acupressure. It helps women going through menopause. Okay, and it's such a simple product. Okay, it's jewelry essentially, and what they're doing is using AI ads. If you ever see this guy, just know that there's a lot of AI advertising happening in this business. So using AI ads, they're able to sell this particular product and make $800,000 doing so. Okay. And this product isn't anything special. Okay. They sell it for about $39.99 and they buy it for as cheap as $1. Okay. And then when you private label it, it's a few cents at most. Okay. So there's insane margins that are built into this business. Now, on the surface, it may seem like, oh, they're just selling a ring and making $800,000. And that's where most dropshippers will go into this business and fail. If they think of this as just a ring that somebody's selling, just a jewelry product that women will buy, that's where you're going to go ahead and fail with this business. So pay attention to the rest of the video. This is not just a ring. Okay, this is a solution for a problem that women are going through. Okay, and this particular problem, not a problem, but maybe a stage of life problem is probably not the wrong word to say. This stage of life brings with it problems. That's a better way to say it. But when you target women, and this is the niche that you're targeting, the menopause niche, it is an insanely profitable niche. Okay, I've seen a ton of businesses enter this and make 6 and 7 figures. They've entered it with supplements, they've entered it with different products and different gadgets and different tech. This is the first business that I've seen that is entering this niche using jewelry. And this particular ring isn't even that crazy of a product, right? It's very easily sourceable. And I am pretty sure that a lot of other people have tried this to sell this ring for other problems. This is one of those businesses that came in and finally sold this product to a niche that admires it. Look at this, right? Whenever you see the word game changer, just remember it's AI, okay? Okay, so hold on, let's go through, look at this. Menopause belly relief. Hot flashes reduce. So these are all of the symptoms that occur for people that are going through these type of issues, right? And they've positioned the ring as something that applies acupressure, introduces magnetism, and because of that, you start getting rid of all of these symptoms. So the first big lesson to understand is that you need to be able to find a niche to solve problems for, okay? So I'm gonna start whiteboarding some stuff out for you because I've started to enjoy this, right? So first thing to understand is you're going to need to find a niche, right, to solve problems for, okay? Now, if you essentially go into this market and you think that it's just a ring that is the biggest mistake that you're making. Because if you can focus on a niche, if you can focus on the menopause niche, and it doesn't matter what your niche is, but if you can focus on this particular person to solve a problem for, right? You can sell them a ring, you can sell them a supplement, you can sell them some tech gadget, you can sell them digital products, okay? The focus of your marketing should be on the person, not on the product, okay? Because you can sell them anything. But once you focus in on who you want to sell to, that's when everything sort of changes, okay? So let's now go back and look at how they're able to generate this type of revenue. Essentially, we understand that this product is, easy to source, $1 to source, and this product costs anywhere between, and they sell it for anywhere between $3.99 for one, and then a lot more for two. Okay, I don't want you guys to come in and think, oh, I can just pop up a store, put a ring, put in menopause, and then I'm going to start making money. No, the system is a little bit deeper than that. Okay, so first step is, okay, we've understood that this niche is the niche that we want to solve problems for. This is our target customer. The first thing to do is do all of the research. You're going to need to understand who it is that you're targeting. Okay, so let's go to this. This is all the research that we've done for this particular business. And this is the customer avatar. Okay, you're going to literally need to be able to basically picture who you're selling to, right? Linda, she's a mid-career professional. She could be a teacher, a nurse, a manager, an entrepreneur, right? And essentially, these are the core pain points that Linda is going through: hot flashes, mood swings, weight gain, loss of confidence, okay? Mistrust in pharma. Okay, this is what the issues are for this person. So when you are basically thinking about, okay, how I'm going to advertise this product, these are the core areas in which you need to focus on. Because if you can essentially, through an image ad or a video ad, position your product as a very safe, fashionable, great solution for somebody that's going through these issues, you're going to get somebody's confidence in the fact that, okay, even if this is the first time they're seeing it, they're going to invest in you. And another thing is, because this product is a jewelry sort of fashion forward product, these are products that people tend to buy less on Amazon. They tend to buy this less because you basically come in as a new provider to this solution, right? So in this niche, okay, you are basically new, okay? So because you are new and you can essentially own the solution, okay? You can own it. You can basically go ahead, get into this niche, and essentially in the mind of the customers, you're the only person providing this solution. So they won't even think of going to Amazon. They won't even think of going to all of these different places. In fact, the first real money I made in e-commerce and dropshipping was in the jewelry niche, because this niche is so personal. Okay, this niche is so personal for people that they don't think of going anywhere else. Okay, all they think about is, okay, this is really cool. They already have this intention in their mind. I don't think I'll be able to find this anywhere, and I don't want to lose it, right? I'm going through these issues, right? So in your advertising, you're going to have to make sure to explain these really well, okay? And when they're at your page, they're going to understand, okay, I'm going through these issues. I don't want to lose this page. It's only a $39.99. It looks cool. I understand how the system works. I want to try it, and you get that sale. Okay, but step one is understanding who you're selling to, what their psychological drivers are, what their motivations are, what their mindset is, how you're going to segment them. Okay, and so do that research. Go through Amazon, go through TikTok reviews, go through customer testimonials, go through just videos of your target audience, okay, going through the problem, suffering, okay? Look at what that suffering is, right? Look at that. And, one thing that I used to do back in the day is, when I wanted to understand my customer base, I would just scroll on TikTok, type in the niche name. So over here, you would basically go to TikTok, you would type in the name menopause, right? And then you would basically just scroll endlessly, okay, through all of the videos. And guys, you're going to pick up on things that you didn't even know. You're going to pick up on like one-word key phrases or sentences or stuff like that. And then when you learn something new, you write it down. You write it down, because those, like with Facebook's new Andromeda update, okay, it's essentially level the playing field for everybody. The person that can come in with the best angle now wins, not the person that can essentially tinker with all the settings and just flood Facebook with a ton of different ad variations. Not that. The guy that comes up with the best angle will win. Okay. And so this is a perfect example of that business where this is a simple ring with like a few magnets attached. That's it. But they have positioned this ring and the magnetism as a solution to menopause. They've approached this niche with literally the best angle possible. Okay. And that is why they're making the money that they're making. Okay. That's really, really important to understand when you're thinking about this business. Okay. So anyways, that's the first step. The first step is understand. Okay. First step is understand your niche, right? Understand this whole segment. Okay. Now what's the next step? Now, once you understand the niche, the next step is crafting your own angles. Okay. Now let's look at some of the ad angles that they're running. Okay. Look at this. At 50, my menopause symptoms were taking over until I discovered this. So look at this. At 50, my menopause symptoms were taking over. All right. Buy one, get one free. So look at this. They're calling out their demographic here. Right. That's very, very important. Look at this. Say goodbye to anxiety this Halloween. Look at how beautifully they've shown this ring. They've gone after that anxiety angle as well. And obviously, since Halloween has just passed by, right, they're really, really, they've leaned into that angle. Look at this, boo. Menopause symptoms are creeping in, right? So they've essentially aligned themselves with the holidays. Great freaking ad. Okay. And you know what? This is the type of ad I'm actually going to go ahead and use to demonstrate one of the AI employees that we have, right? Then there's a ton more, like lose 30 pounds in 90 days or your money back. That's insane. Imagine offering this as a solution. Now, I wouldn't recommend a beginner run this ad because these are the type of ads that'll get you banned. They obviously have a very seasoned ad account, so they are able to get away with this. But you can say the same message in a lot of different ways, like go down 3 jean sizes or fit into an M when you were in XL or something like that in 90 days. But imagine, the promise is so simple. Put this ring on and start losing weight because of the power of magnetic therapy. Okay. And so this is it. Look at this. Okay. What is this? This is what a hot flash looks like, right? So hot flashes are when you get really sweaty, right? And so when you're sleeping and then you leave this imprint on the pillow, and then you go into a very detailed story of what those hot flashes look like, and then what happened when you tried the discrete ring. It's magneto acupressure, so you own a new solution. This is very important, okay? So these guys have come into this. They own this acumagnetic niche, okay? It's almost like they invented it, okay? And maybe there's people that have already spoken about this, but because of the way that they're advertising, they position themselves as the people that are found. Look at this FUPA killer. FUPA, because I know this, is like stubborn fat that builds specifically with people in menopause. This is an AI generated hash, but such a good headline, FUPA killer. And women understand what FUPA means. And so when they see like a ring will help me and I don't have to diet, I don't have to do the X, I don't have to do Y, I just put this on, it'll help me with my goals. Dude, that's going to be an insane thing. Okay, and so this is it, right? They found a good solution to a persistent problem and are advertising it well. Okay, they found a really cool solution to a very tough problem and they're advertising it well. Okay, and look at it, just image ads, like a ton of different image ads. Like, look at this, okay? This is what FUPA is, by the way. Formulated for meno bloating, meno belly, hormonal belly, muffin top, cellulite, stubborn. Basically, this is basically gonna just fix you. It's like a magic ring. You wear it and you just become instantly beautiful, right? Now, there are things you should say, there are things you shouldn't say. All right, that's with every advertising. But this is how they've decided to market their particular product, right? How I finally stop these symptoms. Reduces hot flashes, calms moods, improves sleep quality. But the beautiful part about this whole thing is you don't need influencers. With AI ads, you can essentially create all of this, which is why I freaking love this business, because any business that you can scale with AI has infinite scalability. Right? You don't need to depend on other people. You can essentially scale this really, really well. What you need is really good ad angles. Look at this. Why women over 40 are finally fighting back against daily stress. Okay. So what do you do here? You do the research, you find the different core pain points, you connect those pain points with ad angles that speak to those core pain points, and then you start collecting all that traffic. Trust me, when you start talking about these core pain points and you stop thinking about this as just a ring, and you start thinking about this as the literal solution to these very personal, specific problems that your niche is having, that's when your ad CTR shoots over the roof. And that's where, because of Facebook's new Android Meta, you'll start being able to collect all of those customers and start funneling them. But what's really important is, where is that traffic going to? That's the third step of this whole 3-part. Where is that traffic going to? And that traffic is going to this page, okay? So essentially any ad that I click here, right? So if I click this one, right? They're all going to this page, all right? They've decided on this page being their main point of customer interaction. Now, why have they done that? Well, essentially, they've probably tested a bunch of different variations, but then at the end, they decided that this is the page that converts the highest. So if I look at any of their other page styles, for example, let's say I look at this one, okay? This is also, this is the same page, natural menopause, but I do see that they actually ended up using a different style. Look like this. This is another Kami ring, the original. So if they weren't talking to menopause and they just wanted to target everybody else, they're sending traffic. It's the same page, just with the headline changed, okay? But this is the page that they're essentially sending all of their traffic to. After testing a bunch of different pages and a bunch of different styles, they understood that, okay, this page makes the most sense. And this page gives them the highest amount of conversions, where they have the image, they have the product name with their main positioning statements and their benefits associated over here. Over here, they show how this thing works and looks beautiful, how you can start, what are the 4 main points, the fact that it's clinically backed, some doctor recommendations, right? Us versus them, frequently asked questions. So this is the page that gets them the most amount of sales. And it should, right? Look at how well the page is constructed, how good this page looks. Not only does it inspire confidence in somebody purchasing, it also makes it's like a fashion plus medical type of page. Okay, and that's why they have no trouble sending, close to, how much is it? Like 1,900 results, or all that traffic is being funneled to this page, or a page that looks very similar to this. So now, if you've understood everything that we spoke about, the first is how to focus in on the niche, then how to basically understand the problems that they have, then how to create ad angles that speak to those problems, and then finally, the final part, don't skimp out on this, is creating a page that is similar to them as well, okay? And so this is where me and my team come in, all right? What we do here at White Label Dropshipping is we essentially find these businesses that follow and use a proven system to generate sales, okay? They have tapped into a niche audience, have created a product, understood problems, have created those ads, and are running traffic to a page that converts a high percentage of their visitors, okay? And so what we do is we replicate that entire system, okay? With White Label Dropshipping, we create a page that is very similar to the original, right? As you guys can see, very similar to the original. And the reason that we do this is because we know that if this page converts for them, if you modeled the same page, why wouldn't it convert for you, right? If you now have a very similar page as the original, obviously we've changed the branding around, we've changed some of the colors because we don't want it to feel like it's a shot for shot, right? But we do want to copy the winning DNA behind this page, right? So we've gone ahead, we've created a very, very similar page that basically merges the medical with the fashionable, right? We've done all of the research to allow you to understand this customer really well. And what we will also do with White Label Dropshipping is help you create these ad angles, help you launch them, and help you scale this business, okay? Because the truth about e-commerce, guys, is once you understand the system that somebody uses to go ahead and make sales, it is very easy for you to replicate the system. And then when you can replicate the system, you can replicate the results, okay? Because Facebook doesn't care that that 2 people are showing this ad. All Facebook cares about is the quality, right? So if the quality of your page is comparable to the quality of your competitors, and the quality of your ads is comparable to the quality of the competitors, all Facebook cares about is showing quality assets to its user base, right? Because it wants everybody to have a really good experience. So that's the entire premise behind white label dropshipping. This is one of the best white labels that we found, and we've been able to adapt for you guys, right? And if you guys are interested in launching this business alongside with us, check out White Label Dropshipping down below. If you guys are planning on doing it yourself, what I would recommend is model the system closely. Okay, understand who your customer avatar is. Go ahead and create those ad angles that essentially match with them and drive traffic to a page that promotes confidence and allows you to go ahead and sell. And that's it. And these are all the different stages that we help you inside with White Label Dropshipping. So if you guys want to work with us, go ahead, click that first link down below, apply to work with us. We work with every single person very, very closely. And that's why we want to basically vet people that are coming through. If your experience matches what we're looking for, we'll go ahead, we'll book a call together, and we'll go ahead and show you how you can essentially use the white label dropshipping system to launch your own e-commerce business. But with that being said, guys, what did you guys think about this business? They're at 800K a freaking month, right? Selling magnetic rings. It's absolutely crazy, man. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. These are the type of videos that inspire me, that show me that literally anybody anywhere in the world can sit and make money online selling $1 rings for $39.99 and solve real problems while they're doing it. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. I'll catch you guys next one. Peace.